We're gonna talk about the 4 different things that you probably didn't know, but Facebook know about you. Ooh.
Ain't she something? Sundress on with her hair in a braid. Something special. A connection's more physical.
Hey YouTube, this is Brianca. You know what I realized? I don't think I've ever, well, maybe in my first video that I ever did, I probably shared, my nickname. And it's not like it's anything special, but I always call myself by my government name. But hey y'all, it's Brianca, but everybody calls me Bri. And that's Bri with an I, not an E, okay? So on today, I am doing an interesting type of YouTube video. I guess it's kind of showing more so of my nerdy side. I'm not that much of a nerd, but I do have nerd tendencies. But one thing about me, I like watching documentaries. And so there is, I don't know if this is anyone else, but I know that my interest when it comes to certain things, it kind of has a wave effect. So I'm now on the wave of documentaries. So I've been watching a whole lot of documentaries as of lately. And y'all, Netflix got some interesting documentaries on there. I will say that. They're good with the stuff, with the documentaries. So let's just jump into what we're going to talk about. Okay. So I watched this documentary on Netflix and it is called The Social Dilemma. Pretty sure that's what it's called, right? The Social Dilemma. And y'all, it is so good. Okay. Once again, I like documentaries. However, this was a documentary that was extremely relatable. I watched it 3 times. Okay, maybe went a little overboard, but y'all, it was so good. Such a great documentary. It opens your mind and it just opens your mind. So this is kind of what I'm not gonna share everything that I learned from the documentary. It's not like a movie, so it's not like a spoiler alert, and a lot of the stuff you already knew, but maybe not necessarily how it worked or how it was not presented, but created. I think that's the word. Sorry, y'all. There must be a cacophony. That's a word I learned from the documentary, of noise and things going on in my head that I can't get my thoughts together. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the 4. I think there's 4. Wait. We're gonna talk about the 4 different things that you probably didn't know, but Facebook know about you. Ooh. The 4 different things that you probably didn't know about Facebook, but that Facebook knows about you. That's how I really want to say it, okay? That's how it's really supposed to be said. Number 1. So Facebook has a product, right? And there's a quote from the movie that goes like this: if you're not paying for the product, then you are the product. If you're not paying for the product, then you are the product. So I don't know about y'all, but I used to wonder, well, I didn't wonder, I thought I knew. So when it came to the Mark Zuckerberg, whatever, the Facebook guy, when it came to his status, financial status, I always just assume that he just made bank because he created this dope social media platform, right? Which is a part of it, but there's more to it, right? And so the quote from the movie, it says that there's this saying that if it's for free, then you're the product. And, Facebook is a product that's free. And I'm saying Facebook just because that's something that I use, out of all social media, that's my go-to one. But where I say Facebook, you put any other social media platform there and it fits, okay? So Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Twitter, all of those, any other social media that I do not know about, put that in that blank, okay? So why are we the product? The goal is Facebook and social media is competing for our attention. They want our attention to be on their platform. They want us to stay on Facebook all day. That's their goal. How much of our time will you, the users, give to us? Will it be an hour a day? Or will it be 15 hours a day? And sometimes we kind of say, oh no, I'm on the Facebook maybe just an hour or 2 hours a day, when it's actually we're on Facebook so much more than that. But these platforms, social media platforms, they want our attention and they want us to spend as much possible time on their platform as we can, because for them it's like meeting goals. And so they have engagement goals, they have revenue goals, and they have growth goals, right? So they have these different type of goals. And so if we're on Facebook 10 hours a day, that is for them, that is going to be some engagement, right? That goals that are hit, because when you're on Facebook, you're going to tag something, you're going to like something, you're gonna get tagged to something, and you got to comment and respond, you got to hit your little laughing emoji, whatever. So that's like an engagement goal. So they're like, please take all the time in the world on this app so that we can hit our goals, right? Which over time will help us hit, and as we're doing this, we're like putting stuff down your feed that will also help us hit our revenue goal. So if we are the product, then who actually is the customers? Advertisement, ads, advertisement companies, brands, they are the true customers. And so there is a partnership that they do with Facebook. Once again, insert your favorite social media platform there. And they're like, Facebook says, listen, if you team up with us, we will allow you to put your ad on our platform and show it to our users, and they can take a look at it, and they can, it's likely that they'll purchase. We can guarantee, like, this is something that has track record, that if you put your ad on our platform, that your company will be successful too. So it's a win-win, right? And so that's what they do on Facebook. They, there's so many ads that we see on our newsfeed as we're passing through. And how is Facebook able to get all this information? Because they take so much data on us. Facebook knows so much about us. For some of us, Facebook knows more about us than we know about ourselves. And that's honestly the truth as it pertains to the data. Facebook knows a lot about us, and we honestly just give up the information. So yeah, I don't know if I clarified and made that like clear, but like, we're the product, but to further push it, not only are we the product, but our attention is the product. And then ultimately our gradual change, or our gradual behavior, or our gradual perception and thoughts is the behavior. And then also what I learned in the documentary is that the data that they collect is predicting our future and how we will respond. And I'm probably getting ahead of myself, so I'm gonna stop there and just say, like, that was number one. What you probably didn't know that Facebook knows about you is that Facebook knows that you are the product. Okay, number two, so we kind of already talked about that. What you probably didn't know that Facebook knows about you is that they know everything about you. One guy on the documentary who was a former Twitter executive said this, and I quote, "What I want people to know is that every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded." He goes on to say, yes, even like what image you stop on and look at and how long you look at it. Y'all, my mind was blown at that point. So these social media platforms, let's say if I'm looking at a picture, and let's say the picture is of, let's just keep it simple. I'm looking at a picture of a cute little dog. My friend Jessica, her dog Amore, right? I'm looking at that picture on my social media, on my Facebook platform. If I stop and look at that picture, which I do stop and look at the picture. If I stop and look at the picture of my friend Jessica's dog, whose name is Amore, and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh Amore, she's so cute. Facebook is counting how long I'm looking at that picture, okay? Facebook is counting how long I'm looking at that picture, and you best believe, now they ain't say this in the documentary, look, something I'm spilling in, but you better believe that Facebook knows that just as I know that that's a picture of a dog, and they're probably gonna send me pictures of dogs. Now that wasn't said in the documentary, but it can happen, all the other stuff they know. But anyways, the exec said that he wants us to know that everything is monitored and everything is recorded. Another, Tristan Harris is his name. He was very high up in Google, and Google, the Gmail portion of it. And he said they know when people are lonely, when people are depressed, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, what kind of neurons you have, what your personality type is like. So this is why I said Facebook knows a lot about us than some of us know about ourselves. Facebook knows if I'm lonely. Facebook knows if I'm depressed. And how do they know this? I think it's because this wasn't necessarily like outlined in the documentary of how do they know that I'm depressed. But for me, I'm thinking Facebook knows if I'm depressed or if I'm lonely by what I like, right? So it's like when I like a picture or a quote that says, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl, okay? If I like that picture or that quote, Facebook knows, over time, and like because I like that, then there's going to be more stuff that comes along that kind of feeds into that energy. So maybe I may see something else that says, I'm alone and lonely, right? And I may like that or may heart that or may share that. Facebook knows that that's how I am. How do they know my personality? They know how my engagement is. If I'm always that person that is engaging with everyone, or if I'm that person that I don't too much engage with people, like they know our personality. That is crazy. That's actually scary. You know what I mean? That AI, artificial intelligence, behind this screen knows so much about me because of what I do on their platform. And they have all this information on me and we don't have the rights to it. That's the truth about it. Okay? That's the truth about it. I'm going to go ahead and jump to number 3. What you didn't know about Facebook, but that Facebook probably knows about you, is that their platform was designed to be addictive. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. When you hear on this documentary high ups talking about the smallest stuff intentionally designed to be addictive, it was crazy. Like they were saying how they take they take psychology and they take technology and they blend it, okay? So they take what they learned in psychology as it pertains to how people are persuaded and how do you persuade someone, and they take their knowledge of technology and they go to these courses and classes that talk about persuasive technology. So they sit in meetings and classes to figure out how can we make this app more addictive? How can we persuade people to click on this ad? How can we persuade people to tag someone? How can we persuade people to share stuff more oftenly? How can we persuade people to do all this different stuff? So they're good at it. They're really good. And they were talking about how, and I love it when the guy said this. He was saying, when Facebook sends you an email and it says, hey, Jessica tagged, talk about Jessica and my stuff so much. That's a good name to pick. But hey, Jessica tagged you in a photo on Facebook. Go check it out. And the guy said, isn't it interesting? Like, do you ever question why they couldn't just show you the photo in the email? There was a reason for that. Because if I see that someone has tagged me in a photo, that's gonna send it's normal for a human to be sent in their mind and think oh my gosh, what is that tagged? What picture? Let me see how it looks. How do I look? Is it good? What am I, they ask all these different questions. And so instantly there's engagement. Okay, we got her back on, right? We've got that tactic work. And so that was an example of persuasive technology that they used to create the tagging thing. That was designed to get you on their platform. And it's pretty successful, right? It's pretty successful. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you guys everything. Go watch the documentary. It is really good. And then let's go ahead and talk about the last one. Something that Facebook knows about you, but you probably didn't know about Facebook, is that it is tailor-made for you, okay? Your Facebook is tailor-made for you. So if I'm with a group of people, and let's say it's 4 of us, and we all follow this one person, and his name is Billy, right? All of us follow Billy. I'm going to get on my newsfeed, a different perspective of Billy, because what is shown for me on Billy. Another one of my friends who follows Billy is going to get a whole different side of Billy. Why? Because Facebook knows what I like. Facebook knows what my friend like. So if Billy let's say that Billy posts about All Lives Matter, right? that may not come up on my page if I'm always liking Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, right? That probably won't come up on my page because it's tailor-made for what I like. But if this friend over here who agrees with All Lives Matter, it definitely is going to pop up on her page. And so it's tailor-made for us. One thing that this documentary said, and honestly, I felt really smart when this was said because I questioned it myself and I didn't know how I got to that point. Well, I'm intelligent. I'm a smart human being. Sorry, I had to toot my own horn because sometimes I be downplaying myself, and you do it too. Don't play yourself. You are smart. You are kind. You are important. But so it was talking about how, you know, we post this stuff on Facebook and we are thinking that we are being so objective and that we are going against the grain and we're speaking our mind and we're doing all this stuff. But you're getting all those likes from people who agree with you. So not to say that everyone that you follow on Facebook or everyone on your news feed or every news feed that you pop on that you agree with them, but there is more of a commonness of your news feed than a difference, okay? So yeah, and I felt really smart about that, like knowing that, because I used to always think, well, yeah, you think that and the stuff that you're watching is going to support that because y'all agree with the same thing. Does that make sense? Okay, let me say it like this. An example, when it came about the whole witchcraft thing with Beyonce and all that stuff, I saw a lot of people, a few people saying like, you know, the whole Beyonce, like it's not witchcraft, she's celebrating her culture and all this stuff. And it's like, they felt like they were so right about it because the people they were listening to agreed with them. And in the documentary, it was said, and this is a Senate said this, and it's so true, but we subscribe to stuff that we agree with. We watch news channels that we agree with. What I do is I watch different, not on TV because I don't really watch TV, but on my phone, when I'm on Facebook, I subscribe and I follow Fox News, I follow CNN, I follow MSNBC, right? I follow those different channels because I want to follow something and listen to something that I don't agree with. Even after the presidential debate, which was a mess. And like I said, I didn't want to talk about politics, but like it's going on right now, so I might as well. After that presidential debate, I went to the reviews of CNN and I went to the reviews of Fox. Now, coming from a clear conscience, or trying my best to come from a clear conscience, CNN is going to tailor make it and going to do like Facebook and do a tailored news feed to people and do to the Democratic candidate, right? Fox is going to tailor make it, going to give a news feed, just like Facebook, and tailor make it to the Republican Party. So it is so interesting, and this is how propaganda works. It is such a powerful tactic. But sorry, y'all, I had a call to come in. I should have turned my phone on silent. But yeah, so Fox, CNN, they're gonna tailor make it to it, and it's so interesting. Like when you just look at it and try to be neutral, and I know it's very hard, but try to be neutral and just look at it, and it's both sides. Okay, like I said, I'm trying to be neutral, but to be honest, and I think this is coming from a neutral place, I'm gonna have to watch a little bit more something else of CNN, because the review I watched one review for Fox and I watched one review from CNN as far as the debate, and what I watched was, brainwashing is such a strong word, but it looks like brainwashing, especially from Fox. Like they're when it comes to the debate, they're going to talk about the opposite party, and they're not really going to highlight the actual party they're for. So the goal is to make the other person look bad, so where I'm saying so many bad things about this person that you forget what happened bad with the candidate that I support, right? But yeah, so we watch these channels that support us and tell us we're right. We follow these people on Facebook that support us and tell us we're right. And so one of the people in the documentary said this, and which is so true. we think we're being so objective, when in actuality, it's just we're getting validations and pat on the back from people who think the same way as us. Okay? That's it. That is it. And it's frustrating that we think we're right. And so it's understandable to know that truth. It's understandable how people who say blue lives matter or all lives matter don't understand the opposite side of that and don't see that Black lives matter and that why that even has to be said. They don't understand because why? Their news feed, what they're watching is only supporting what their truth and what they're calling it to be true. So it's hard. If I think I'm right, it's hard to see that you're right. Yeah, if I think I'm right, I only see you as wrong. Okay? And on our news feed, we only see those that agree with us. Woo! That is, to know that truth, I think that was the most mind-blowing. It wasn't really mind-blowing because I felt like I had come to that place, but it was so interesting to see it verbalized, and it was so saddening to know that, dang, it's just so toxic that I'm full of thoughts that I'm right, and I'm convinced that I'm right because everyone around me agrees with me, and so I must be right and you must be wrong. But yeah, that's it. I hope that you learned like the 4 different things that Facebook knows about you that you didn't know about Facebook. I hope that was interesting, and I hope that it encourages you to go and watch that doggone documentary, y'all. It is so good. It is so good. Tell me what was the most shocking thing that you learned today through this video. Tell me what was the most shocking thing. I really wanted to say something else after that, but I'm not. Just watch the documentary. It's really good. It's really good. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I forgot to tell you guys in the beginning. Oh man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. You guys, I don't take it lightly that people watch my videos. I think I am very appreciative of every person that watches my video. I'm thankful for you. I love you. Okay. I love you. Thank you for watching my video. You really helped me out. I'm really appreciative of you. You're special. You really are. Okay, y'all, I'm getting like super silly again. But bye, you guys. I can't wait for the next video because it's gonna be good. It's gonna be different too. It's gonna be real different. So silly. Bye, y'all.